Sometimes clients come to me asking for help to regulate their emotions, regulate their nervous system around things that happen in life, in finances, in work. The biggest issue that they see is that how other people affect them and how it impacts their life. And the number one reason why that is affecting their life is because they are placing a lot of importance on other people's actions and they make it mean something about them. Sometimes the actions are directed at them or meet them. Like, for example, you haven't been invited to a party. But they look at that and apply it to them like it means something about them and how the person intentionally wants to make them feel that way. Most of the time, that is not the case. That is where the frustration comes from that internalizing of people's actions. So then what we need to do is we need to separate that. We need to not only be able to regulate our nervous system and emotional state and be able to clear that when we need to, but we need to then start looking at the beliefs, what beliefs it's activating in us, why it's actually affecting us, why we are internalizing it. Because that is the ego that is being activated. That is the ego that is trying to personalize the actions and situations and events. And that then makes us feel a certain way because it activates those emotions. But if we separate things, if we take away the charge of emotion, if we take away the opinions, the judgments of reasons that we're trying to find why that person acts a certain way, if we clear that lens and try to look at the situation completely neutrally, that's when we separate people from ourselves. We apply everything to ourselves. Our ego looks at things through its own lens as the world applies to us, right? But each of us does exactly the same thing. So we look at the world as it applies to us, how it affects us, how it is in relation to us. But the people who do those actions towards you also see the world, how it applies to them. They're not looking at the world, how their actions are applying to you. They're looking at how the world, how their 3D, how the situation applies to them. So when we have that understanding, we can separate it and we can leave them to do their own thing, because what they do has nothing to do with us. They have their own beliefs, their own programming, their own energetic state, their own path that they're following. Our job is to work on us so that we are not affected by the people's actions. That is where the work is. That is where it's great to get some coaching and support, deep energetic support, reprogramming of subconscious, regulated nervous system, and alignment to what you do want to experience. That is what I'm here for. That is what I do with clients. That is what I would love to help you with as well.